Does your law firm have clients that sometimes cannot pay their legal bills? Well, then you need to know how to record writing off uncollectible clients. If you have any questions about this topic, you can leave them in the comments section below and I'll do my best to help you. And of course, if you feel the video helped you, I hope you will click like and don't forget to subscribe to get updates on new videos that come out all the time. Sometimes clients who owe us money become bankrupt, broke, or insolvent. This means any balance they owe to us has become uncollectible. We therefore must remove their balance from the client's records. This also affects the chart of accounts. The name of the expense account that you will have if you write off a client's balance is called uncollectible legal fees. And at the moment you write off the client's balance, that expense account will increase. You also have to remove the client's balance from either the unearned legal fees or legal fees receivable account. And at the moment you remove the client's balance, that account goes down. Don't forget, you also must remove the client's balance from the client records, not just the chart of accounts. So here are your options for removing a client's balance and writing them off as uncollectible. First, you could make a journal entry. Or you could use the accountant's tool to write off the uncollectible invoices, and you could use that tool if you were logged into QuickBooks Desktop as the accountant user. But these would be two options that accountants would use. If you're the bookkeeper of the law firm, it is better to do the procedure that we will learn here. It involves setting up an item on the items list so that you can use it anytime we must write off an uncollectible client's money. So how do we set up QuickBooks to write off uncollectible clients? Well, first we must add an account to the chart of accounts called uncollectible legal fees. And we have to add an item to the items list called uncollectible balance write-off. And then after that, we will discuss the procedures of writing it off. First, we'll go to the chart of accounts, click List, Chart of Accounts, Account, New. This is an expense type of account. Leave cap locks on. And now we click Save and Close. Now on the items list, we add an item called Uncollectible Balance Write-Off, and we will connect it to the Uncollectible Legal Fees expense account that we just recorded. So we click List, Item, New. Even though it is not really a service, we make it a service type of item, and the name of the account that we connect it to is this expense account that we just made, Uncollectible Legal Fees. And of course, the name of the service or the name of the item should be Uncollectible Balance Write-Off. Barely enough characters. Click OK, and now we're ready to write off an uncollectible client. So here are the procedures when we determine someone is uncollectible. We must make a credit memo for that client, and on the credit memo, we choose the item we just put on the list called Uncollectible Balance Write-Off. We input the balance of the client that will be the bad debt expense. And then after we record that credit memo, we apply the new credit memo to any open invoice that remains. For example, let's imagine on April 30, 2017, we did legal work for Betty worth $10,000. All right, let's just record that invoice. So, on April 30th, it was Betty, and we click Invoice, and the date will be April 30 of 2017, and the client is Betty, and we did legal services for Betty in the amount of $10,000. Click Save and Close, click No. Now, we can check the client balance detail and see that Betty has a $10,000 balance. And we can check Open Invoice and we can see that payments and invoices have not yet been completely applied to each other, but we'll stick here at the balance for now, the client's balance detail for now. Now, let's imagine on May 1, Betty passes away with no assets. We have to write off her balance and make her inactive. So how do we do that? Well, it's very simple. Okay, get rid of all the open windows, and we click Customer, Create Credit Memo. Now the date will be the date that we determined she was uncollectible. In this case, May 1 of 2017. Okay, we have to make sure that we're choosing the correct account. And the only way to know if we're choosing the correct account is look over here. Betty's balance, you can clearly see that these invoices are in the unearned legal fees account. Therefore, that's the account you choose when you make the credit. Unearned legal fees, because that's where the balance of Betty is staying, that particular receivable account. And then, of course, we choose Betty Boop. And, of course, the item that we put is uncollectible balance. Do you want to continue? Click OK. And the amount of credit that we're putting, because that's the amount uncollectible as of May 1, is $10,000. You could make extensive use of the description field or the memo field in order to add more details about this event, which basically writes off the client's balance. Now when we click Save and Close, just click OK, and you can see we have successfully, with this credit memo, made Betty's balance 0. If you look at the trial balance, you can see that uncollectible legal fees showed up for the first time as $10,000, and unearned legal fees has basically become more negative as a result of writing off that balance.